Brian, if you wouldn't mind, I want to go back to something you were just saying is interesting that you've seen some of the executive resistance, and we talked about the first two buckets of indifference and unintentional. Then there's that third bucket of intentional resistance. Were you seeing resistance in all three types or a particular type?
I see all three types. But I do see some intentional resistance. I'm not going to call it sabotage, although I probably have spoken one-on-ones with someone behind the scenes using that word. But listen, I think what people don't realize is that in a lot of situations, there's legacy applications and there's business processes there that have been laid down by someone. It didn't just appear. So it's there. It's been laid out. It could have been there for years, or recently. And sometimes those same people that were involved in that, orchestrating that, is still there, and maybe they're still part of the leadership team. And someone else coming in, or some other application, or platform coming in and replacing the one that they've orchestrated is a big threat to them. So I see it all the time, and I used to always kind of think, oh man, they should get out of the way. But then I started realizing that it may not have been completely their fault. I mean, we know how it is. They may have been pushed into a corner to deliver something in half the time, and they had to deliver something. And so now that application's running. It's not running great, but they may have not even been able to choose the application. They were just said, they just said, hey, roll out a new ERP solution or whatever it is. And they were orchestrating it, but they didn't have complete creative control. And now, now we're stuck in a situation where it's not working. We have to change over. But was it really their problem, right? Or was it really, were they really the cause of it? So I guess I have more empathy now as I've gone through the years, understanding the executives' perspectives on why we're in different points of the life cycle.
Oh, more great points you're making there, Brian. I mean, I think if we boil a lot of this down, it's about trying to experience the change from the other's point of view, no matter which level you're talking to or talking about, and again, to the real problems that are behind the behaviors that you're interpreting as resistance. You brought up a whole bunch of them. They've developed a solution because they're under time constraints or cost constraints, and even if they know that it's a suboptimal solution, they've still put a lot of effort into that and have that sense of ownership. And heck, is this change even an indictment or insinuation that what they're doing isn't good enough, right? So those kinds of things can happen. Or other things, maybe people are upset that decisions are being made without them, right? And resisting is a way that they can reassert some sense of control in what's happening.